Okay, so I have overstitched, or I think that's what they're calling it, all the flowers on. I didn't do it on the long green pieces. I'm just going to do a bit of embroidery over those. So all around the flowers, it's very scruffy, you could say, and that's because I didn't use any of that applique stuff. What is that called? It's like a bond web or something like that. I didn't use that, and so I knew it was going to fray a little bit. I wish I had, but I haven't, so it's just going to be like a shabby one. So you can see, even though it's all stitched around, I'm going to get these little frayed edges, and that's okay. So I've done that around all the flowers, all these flowers and leaves here, and around these pink flowers and that little applique, that little bit of embroidery there as well. And so now I'm going to go on with some embroidery over the tops of the flowers. And I just had an idea with these roses, and I just need to go and find a little bit of organza, and then I'll be back. Alright, I've just found a bag of pink things, and I don't know if it's organza, but look at that. It's a pink bow, isn't that pretty? I've got a bit of this, and I'm trying to remember what this, I think it was like a little house coat, vintage house coat type thing, and it's got beautiful birds on it actually, but it's like a nylon. I'm not sure if that will work or not. It might do, but see how it's got 2 layers on it. I don't know if it's pink or white. Okay, that's white, that's pink, so that may do wonderfully well. Let's just get some scissors and cut that there. Don't need a lot, so we'll just put that back there. And that bow, and just put that down there for a moment and see what we can do. I just want the pink, to be honest. A bit of the pink. Get the bigger scissors. Not going to need that much. It's just ever so faint. Oh, that's maybe a bit of that as well. So let's just see if we can work with that. Open that up. So we've got 2 different shades of pink. Okay, let's put that. And I'm thinking what I wanted to do was just do a little bit, cut a few shapes out and maybe add it to the bigger roses down here. I might not need the darker one, we'll see. So, like, if I cut it like rose, you know, flower, petal designs like that. So see that shape there? I may be able to just manipulate it and just soften the look of the rose. So I'll do a few of those in different sizes and slightly different shapes. Whoops. And see where that gets us. It's just all guessing. I can 1, 2, 3, maybe a couple of small pieces over there. Because I've got to fancy these flowers up, don't I? It was one of the prompts. Fancy flowers, not just flowers. They've got to be fancy flowers. Okay, that could be enough. And I was just thinking, I know I've still got these. I could use a bit of these in that as well, in these, if I use these. So I'll leave that close by. Maybe I could use the darker pink a little bit in the center. Not a lot. Good thing about nylon is it doesn't fray, whereas organza does. So that's one nice thing about this. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, so I'm thinking if I do the inside first, and then I can embroider over it. I don't know how. I don't want to lose the intensity of the inside, so I might just stick to the outer petals because I like the darkness of this. It kind of, you know, brings it forward. So, and I'm guessing I will just be using like a stab stitch on them. And probably just a neutral colour. I think that would be a good idea. Needle. That one looks fine. This is one of those. Okay. Those ones don't need too many around. Okay, let's see if we can. I'm thinking if I start from the center a little bit, like that, like that. And I'm just doing little tiny stitches to hold it in place, if you can see. I mean, it might not look the way I'm expecting it to look, but it's worth a try. Well, you know, maybe I shouldn't have started from the front, the middle after all, but it's okay. It's okay. I can just do another little stitch there. I'm going to come back over here. So, I'm just trying to use my needle bit to kind of get it to how I want it to look. Like that. Okay. And see how it sits up a little bit. I'm going to leave that like that for the time being, but I may come back and trim it a little bit later. So so I'm only catching one side of the nylon. Kind of wrinkling it up just a little bit. I mean, it's easy enough to pull out. If I don't like the way it looks when I'm done, I'll got myself. Okay, what I'm going to do is continue doing this because this is just going to be over and over the same sort of thing. Just sticking bits on and seeing what it looks like. And I'll do the light bits first. And the dark ones. And then I'll come back and show you. Even if I don't like it, I'll still come back and show you and take it from there. So I put it all on here. And now I have to kind of manipulate it a bit. The lovely thing about nylon is when you pull it, see that it curls a little bit. And it might work. I don't know, but I'm just going to pull the corners and get them to curl a little bit like rose petals if I'm lucky. There we go. As long as I don't pull it all out. And that will give me a nice, hopefully nice, dimensional flower on that large one, because the large one's at the front. So, oops, see, look, I've kind of popped that one out of its stitches, so I need to put that one back in. Thinking maybe that could be a bit, trim that one a little, like that. See how that kind of curls up like a rose? And because that's the one at the front, I can do that. And the other ones are kind of getting smaller as they get back. I'll have to put a couple more stitches in there now because I popped it off, didn't I? It doesn't take it long, it's just a couple of stitches. Where is it? Here. Okay, it shouldn't be too bad, too hard. The different ones have different, they're stitched on different sides, depending on how I thought it might look best for them to look. Extra stitch there, I think. I don't know if that looks the same as I had it, but we'll find out. Okay, and don't pull it so hard this time. See, that one could do with just a little bit of trimming, a little bit long. Like that. So that's like that. And I can come in and put a few embroidery stitches every so often in there, I think. That might be pretty. Might need another little bit in there, I think, just like that. Yeah, okay, so I'll put that one in there. And I was going to do the other one, but I think one is probably enough like that, and then just do the rest with some stitches. Can't remember where I said I was going to put those. I wasn't going to put them there, was I? I think if I use them, perhaps. Oh, it's getting hot. It's a hot day today, it really is. Not sure. I've got these little ones here. I like these. I can have those going up, maybe just change the size. And then in these ones, I can do some beading. And I still have to do some greenery as well. Beading perhaps in the center of the larger ones. French knots in here, or beading, either way. See, I can, what am I going to do in here? I've got buttons, they're too big, I think. So, oh, I'm getting warm. I could use buttons and then just put something in the middle of those two darker ones. Maybe some pearl. I didn't want it to flash. I wonder if there's any really tiny ones. They're really tiny. Look at that. That's much smaller, isn't it? Although that could go there, like that. I might do a few little stitches behind it as well. There's that one there. Although, because, see how they've both got two stitches, sometimes it's nice not to have them exactly the same and just have like one with 2 and one with 4 stitches. They don't pop. I don't know if I've got any coloured buttons. Trying to think. I know I don't have any that are really tiny, I don't think. Hang on, where's my tin? Where to put it? Oh no, it's here somewhere. There's some sequins. Aren't they gorgeous? They're so old looking. Maybe I could add some of those. And these are from Rena, who is Rena Van der Veen, on Instagram. And look at that gorgeous tin. That's Rena sent that to me. Isn't it beautiful? I love that tin. And because they've got like almost a yellowy tinge to them, they may be lovely. See, I think the centers will look better if I've done some embroidery. But if I can find something else, I will. Just let me put these back. I don't think. And see, I've got the little purple ones there too. So, oh no, don't you run away. Okay. So what am I doing? I am, put those there, put that there. I need to sew this other little piece in here, I think. Yes. And then I think that, yeah, and then we can introduce some embroidery, I think. I hope. Starting something is the scariest part sometimes, isn't it? Okay. I want to kind of come under there, perhaps. Yeah, okay. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay. I don't want to ruin the... I'm not going to. That'll be fine. I'll just go there. And just adding a bit of... what is that? I don't know. What is this called? It's like a... stem stitch, is that what it is? When it's just kind of on the side a bit. I'm not doing it overly neatly, but I don't, I don't want it to be that neat. Tell you, I'll put it on the screen, and then just some longer stitches. Like that, perhaps. Well, what did I do? Okay. So I've kind of just done that at the moment. Ow! These needles get so sharp. Kind of want to leave the center a bit in case I want to do some beading in there. So I might just leave that. One more. Maybe one more little one there. And then I can push that back a bit. So, like that. Yeah. Feel like I need another stitch over here, to be honest. Do I though? Don't know. I don't think so. Oh, I'll come back with that lighter colour, and that might be all right. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll keep going. See how I've done a few stitches over that rose. I'll keep going around there in this darker raspberry sort of colour. Probably doing a few on these ones here as well. And then come back in with the lighter colour and do 1 or 2 stitches and a couple on here. And I'll come back and show you. Hi, I'm back, and I cannot remember where I got up to with my filming because it's been a good 2 or 3 days since I filmed it. That was back on Saturday, and it's now Tuesday here. But I have been doing some stitching, so let me show you what I've done. I'm not sure if this flower here was the last thing I did, but I've done that. Then I've done some pink stitches around the roses, just rough stitches, just to add a little bit of texture, and a couple of daisy stitches on those buds. I did do a little bit of ribbon embroidery on these 2 flowers here and put a couple of mother of pearl buttons. I've done a long dark green stem going up here with some little red berries because I thought there was a little bit of red on this particular bud here. I did some daisy stitches on these pink flowers with messy French knots in the center, although that one's not messy at all. I wonder what happened there. Oh, I see what's happened there. Okay, we'll fix that. The sequin has come out. Look at that. Okay, I did greenery, just like on the flowers, see there's like 5 petals, but on that one I've only done 3 of the petals. On that one I've done 2. I've done 4 on that one, 2 on that one, 3 on that one, just haphazardly. I did a little bit of green running stitch down there. I felt it needed a little bit more. Tiny little berries here going up, and then I used some wool and did, what are they called? They're not French knots. They are those other ones. Oh, I'll put it on the screen. And the darker pink ones are French knots, but the colonial knots, the lighter pink ones, are colonial knots. I just did some stitching on the leaves down here and a couple over here as well. I just want to do a little bit on the purple and maybe a couple of bits in the center of these flowers, and then I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I just need to find some purple. Let's see if I've got any. Let's have a look what we've got here. I've got a little bit of purple. Not a lot though. That's a nice light colour purple. You know, I want to, no, not that one. There's that one. That's a bit too dark, isn't it? Yeah, I think that one's too dark. And that one's all shiny, so we don't want to use that one. I think that's about it, what I've got. Unless, is there any in here that I still have to find a home for these? I don't know if there's any purple on here at all. No. There's none in there. So I think it will be this one here, which closely resembles it anyway. And it's, what kind of stitch will I put on there? Maybe I'll do a daisy stitch on there. And oh, I've got another one of those that needs to go in there. Okay, I've been spending the last couple of days sorting. I'm not sure whether I told you that I emptied my filing drawers out. Oh my goodness. What is that saying? It was a can of worms. Oh, it took me all day yesterday to sort stuff out, because as you move one thing from one place, then you've got to find places for other things, and it just snowballed. So today I'm crafting. It does feel good to have done it though, and I found a few things, and I got 3 big bags to donate, which is really nice. That always makes me feel good. Here we go. I don't think there's anything else that I've been doing, because Sunday, what was Sunday? Sunday I visited my mum. And then we did a bit of gardening and things. So, and then Monday and Tuesday, no, Tuesday's today. So Monday I spent all day yesterday, from my son went to school and to when he got home, and I was just sorting through stuff. I found a lot of stuff, which is really nice too. It's good. It feels good to have a bit of a clean out though. It really does. So we'll do a few daisy stitches here, I think. It's a bit hard to see the flower, so I'm just make it up. Make my own flower, I think. Just a different colour, because there's a lot of pink. Hopefully next month's, maybe I'll venture into different colours. My hands were sore the other day after doing all this, so it was probably just as well I had a couple of days off, because they were quite sore. You're going through quite a lot of layers. Anyway, I'll do these daisy flowers. I'll do this one and show you, and then I'll just go ahead and do the rest. I'll do one more there. Got to make sure you pull it away from yourself when it's so hard like that. I did use my pliers the other day because it was getting just too much on my hands. Let's have a look and see how that looks. Yeah. And there. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've done that. I fixed this flower. I did some purple daisy stitches, and then I came back and just did a darker purple straight stitch in between each of the petals, because they look quite spread apart. And then I did a large French knot, especially that one's really large in the center of that one. And then I did some little loops. I was going to do like a turkey stitch, or those ones like Rachel did with the little knots. But as I did it and pulled it, I thought, you know, I kind of like the way it is. So I just put a little bead in the center and left it like that. And I think that's it for this week, because this seems to, I don't know how long this is gone on for, this video, but hopefully not too long. Next week we'll be finishing up, so whether I add any beads next week, but I know I have to sew it into my book, and I want to do something along this edge here, so that might be all I do next week. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've learnt something. I'm not an expert at slow stitching, but I'm thoroughly enjoying learning about it. I love what the ladies are teaching us. I think it's wonderful. I always love to learn something, so, and I hope you've all enjoyed seeing my perspective of what they're doing as well, because we all do things differently. So there we go. Have a wonderful week, everybody. My next video after this, I think, will probably be back onto my journal. It's right here under my embroidery thread, so I haven't touched that. So I'm eager to get back to that, especially since I sort of went through my drawers and that, and I found a couple of bits, so that'll be nice. So take care, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.